Hey friends, welcome back to our channel. In today's video, I'd like to chat with you about an intriguing story that happened recently. So you probably heard that there is a TikTok ban in America, and because of that, there's a good amount of American TikTok users migrating to the Rednote. They call themselves TikToker refugees. And this causes a very interesting phenomenon happening on Rednote. So Rednote 小红书 is an app that I have been using for many years, and one day, because I don't use TikTok, one day I wake up in the morning and I'm like, so many English feeds. That app was initially for Chinese people who live overseas. Now there are many posts that can be categorized like, is this true in China or is this true in America? So people from both sides are trying to kind of categorize their information. Very interesting post to read, and one of the posts that drew my attention was, I don't remember the exact wording, but it was asking about a one-child policy. Is it true you had a one-child policy and your streets were so full of people? And in that post, one of the comments really got my attention because they said, I was taught in high school that during this one-child policy, if you have additional baby will be killed or sent away for adoption. And this comment has hundreds of thumbs up, and even people replying to this comment saying, yeah, I was taught in high school about that too, and it was in late 1990s or early 2000. And I was just shocked. Two reasons I feel so shocked. One is that I've never heard of this. We don't kill babies. I was born during one-child policy, and I actually have many friends and classmates. They all have siblings. The additional child would just pay fine for it. And that's most of the comment that the Chinese people are trying to tell them. Another reason that I'm shocked is because I've been here for over a decade, and during these years, many people ask me, do you guys really have a one-child policy in China? And I'm like, yeah, I'm the only child of the family. And they often say, oh wow. Now I'm wondering, what does this oh wow means? I thought just to restrict people to one child, that's pretty cruel, understandable. What if those people also heard about this baby killer thing? And it's possible because I said yes to one child policy, they might take it as a confirmation that all the things they heard about one child policy is true. So thinking about that kind of gave me a mini heart attack. Now you probably wonder, why is this related to a tea channel? So when I first started to go to the tea regions with my mom, I noticed that she often asked tea producers and farmers some very basic questions to start the conversation. And I didn't get it initially because obviously she knew all the answers to it. Why is she asking this? Later on, I realized it's to calibrate the terminology. Because most tea farmers and producers, they didn't learn tea and how to produce tea in like schools and textbooks. It's mostly from that apprenticeship, that kind of a model passed down by the older generations. And it's heavily influenced by the local culture, their dialect and habit. It's not rare to see that in different areas the same step would have a totally different name, and even cases that the same teacher used in different regions refers to totally different steps, have totally different meanings. So I have been pretty conscious about this ever since I started the business. But I have to admit that in early times, it gave me a lot of frustration because I wasn't very good at detecting or figuring out what's going on. Sometimes during some conversations, I feel like I just have that sense there is something wrong, that our communication is off, but I couldn't pinpoint it, and that wasn't very satisfying for me. But I gradually get better at it as I have more chance to chat with people and read those articles and informations that's coming from the English side to describe Chinese tea. Later on, I started to develop a love for this discovery journey. Everybody comes from different angles, asking questions different. It kind of opened up my view and helped me polish my way of explaining things. And you probably notice, if we have a chance to chat in person, that I sometimes like to ask some very obvious, simple questions. It's not to challenge your tea knowledge by any means. I just want to make sure that we're on the same page when we talk about specific things. And when I make videos, you probably also notice that I'm quite chatty. Like, I might rephrase myself a lot because I don't have this live feedback from your face or from little body gestures. So I seem to repeat myself a lot. I think the purpose of me making this video is a friendly reminder to me and to you that sometimes when we're chatting about tea, even the basics, we could have a different understanding. We pick up the information from different sources, so it might not be perfectly aligned. It's never a waste of time to really get our terminology and basic knowledges aligned so we can walk together down the road. And I think it's a great chance for me to vocalize it, to ask for your help. If there's anything I explain in my video that doesn't make sense to you, or I didn't make myself clear, don't just dismiss it. Comment below and let me know. Be patient and explain to me what's your thought. And sometimes it might be not just you, many other people might resonate with your questions and confusions. And I think this will ultimately benefit this community overall. So don't be shy. Anyways, thank you for listening to my blah blah blah, and see you next time. Keep steeping.